Okay, today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to replace a lot of the suspension on this Ford, and we're also going to install a 3-inch rough country lift kit on it. This is only the second Ford I've ever worked on. First one being a NASCAR edition from the 90s. We lowered it a lot. This one's going up. So stay tuned. It ought to be fun. Okay, all these boxes are going on that. Okay, a certain tire company with big in the name forgot to give the socket key for these splined lug nuts back. So what you can do is actually find a socket and try to find one that fits. This one happens to be a 3/4 inch, fits is perfect. So if you ever lose a splined one, try a socket. There's a socket that'll fit it. A lot of these also are 19mm. Okay, so when the big place that has tires with big in the name was too busy trying to upsell $3,000 worth of AutoZone parts and labor, but didn't bother to mention that one of the rotors was completely broke off and how dangerous that is. Worse is the fact that they did not catch that these drive shaft bolts are, I don't know if you can see them. You can't really see them. They are, try to get a better angle. They are gone and they are loose. They let her leave and they had to see this. So, shame on lazy, non-mechanical people that work at tire places that I ain't gonna mention. Okay, for some reason, we can't get these on. We measured them, they're the same exact size. They're just getting stuck here. But we finally figured out what it is. Well, when I get this off here, these little metal tabs that they ride on build up rust, and I don't know if you can see it. See how it's not sitting flat? Because they build up rust and pull out. That's why it was so hard to get the other brake caliper and pads off. So once you do this, they're right there, new ones, they pop on like butter. Okay, so we got the shocks off. They were kind of easy, easier than a Chevrolet is. And right now we are getting the old U-bolts off so we can drop the rear end and put the new lift kit on. So
I'm getting worn out.
you can do it. I have faith in you. Okay, so what the instructions won't tell you is that you need at least 2 jacks and some wood, because when you let this rear end down, it will tilt forward and put a lot of pressure on the yoke right there. So the best thing to do is use 4x4 something to prop it up so it stays the right angle, and it makes it a lot easier to jack it up and get it loose and put this block right here in for the back, and you get longer U-bolts, and this will make it a lot easier. That does. Alright, so we got one side done, got the new rough country shock on and the new U-bolts and the block, new rotors and brakes. I gotta do the other side and we'll be done with the back. Well, we are done with the back. Raised it up about 3 inches, so it looks pretty good. Now in the next video we're gonna do the front, which is probably a little more involved.